Hi and welcome to another one of my yoga classes. My name is Lauren. In this class we're going to specifically focus on back flexibility, working through the spine and balance. So when you're ready, roll out your mat, sit back onto your heels and facing the long edge of your mat, we're just going to slow down, focus on our breath as we lift up onto our knees. With a tall spine and a straight back, extend your left leg out long. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. And then exhale to place your left arm onto your left thigh and reach over the body with your right arm. Exhale to come down and around the front side of the body. Walk your hands out in front of you and then completely relax your upper body down, feeling a nice stretch and opening in the glutes and the hips. Nice big inhale to walk yourself back into your body, sweep your arms up and overhead, and then coming through a slight spinal twist, wrap your right arm around your back and then twist over to your right side. Once again, slowly come back to the center, sweep your arms up and overhead, and then release them down by your side. Give them a nice quick shake out before we continue on the other side. So tuck your left knee in, extend your right leg out by your side. Deep inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. Lift the gaze, open your chest, invite that energy, and then drop your right arm down onto your right leg. Sweep your left arm up and over for a side body stretch. Continue curving your body down in front of you. And just like we did on the other side, walk your hands out in front and lower your chest to the mat. On your next exhale, release your body and walk your hands back into your knees. Sweep your arms up and overhead. And going for that spinal twist on the other side, wrap your left arm around your back and twist over your left shoulder. On your next in-breath, bring yourself back around to the center, sweep your arms up and overhead, open your chest and exhale, side out through the mouth, bring the hands down, shake them out, and then plant the left hand down at the top of your mat. Sweep your right arm up to the ceiling and then prepare your lower body for side plank. So you're releasing that bottom knee, lifting the hips up, holding your core, getting a nice straight line from the top of the body all the way down to the toes and holding in your side plank. Continuing your right arm down and underneath your ribs, you're going to slightly twist your upper body and then inhale, lift your arm back up. Continue this to really engage your core, work on your balance and heat up the body. Inhale as you lift your arm. Last time as you scoop your arm down and under, holding your core and lifting it all the way back up to the ceiling. To continue in a side plank variation, extend your right arm up and over by your ear and then lift your right leg off as you bend knee to elbow and then extend. Inhale, tuck your core, really squeeze everything to balance knee to elbow, and exhale, extend. One more time, knee comes to elbow. And then extend in side plank, lower everything, twist your body to come through a high plank. And exhale for your chaturanga. Tuck your elbows into your body, lower all the way to the mat. Sweep it up for a baby cobra, open the chest and exhale, lower. Pushing back to child's pose for just a moment. On your next exhale from child's pose, push yourself up to a nice all fours tabletop position. Reset yourself to tuck your toes and lift your hips high to the ceiling for that downward facing dog. Your first downward dog of the practice, just take a moment to pedal the heels, loosen out the hips and whatever the body is asking for. And then ground into that left foot, swing the right leg high. Extend it to the ceiling point through the toes and then bend the knee, allow it to hover and open the hip. Inhale to extend the leg back and then bend the knee, sweep it up into the chest, bringing upper body into high plank and stepping it up in between the toes. Pivoting on the back foot and then sweeping your arms up straight away, coming into a nice warrior one before extending out to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach yourself forward and back to come into a peaceful warrior, opening the chest and creating a nice back bend. And then exhale back to warrior two. Pivot the feet now to come into a high plank, so just lift off that back heel. Swing your arms back around behind you, interlace the fingers and push the hands towards the ground as you open the chest. Exhale to release, plant the palms on either side of the front foot and then step back into your plank. Exhale, lift your hips high, meeting back in that downward facing dog. Look up to the top of your mat and take baby steps to walk yourself up into that forward fold position where we'll meet. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead, bringing you to standing. And exhale, forward fold. Generous bend into the knees. As you lift yourself halfway, fingertips come to shins, and then exhale, forward fold. From this position, turn yourself around, so staying in forward fold. Just going to face the opposite side of our mat and then walk yourself back out into a downward dog position to repeat our series on the other side. Find yourself in plank before rotating onto your side and coming into that side body plank, peeling your left fingertips up to the ceiling. Take one deep inhale, engage your core, and then peel that left arm down, sweep it under the body as you slightly curve, and then exhale, release. Inhale to sweep, exhale to reach the arm back up, really using your core as you twist every time as the arm peels under, and then sweeps back. Last time, reach in under the body, and inhale to lift. Keeping your left arm lifted, lift the left leg as well, reach the arm over the head, and then as you inhale, bring the knee into the elbow, allow them to touch, and exhale, extend. Knee to elbow, really extend everything out long, and then bend them in, tap the knee to elbow, and extend. Last time. That's a difficult one for balance as well, so don't worry, curve when you're ready, pivot back, and we'll meet on our plank, lowering to the mat, lifting up for baby cobra, and then lowering gently with control back down to the mat. Tuck your toes, push back to your heels, and send your hips high for a downward dog. Using downward dog to recenter, refocus and deepen the breath. And then kick the right leg high to the ceiling, come to a three-legged dog. Exhale to bend that knee, sweep it up into the chest, and then step it up in between the hands. From here, straight away pivot both feet to face the long edge of your mat, and then lower your upper body over the legs for a wide stance, forward fold. Inhale to bend the knees, and exhale to stretch, really get into the hamstrings, and an option if you want to walk the hands back through the legs for a further stretch. Once again, inhale to bend and exhale to stretch. Aiming to get your hands or your head as close to the mat here. Inhale to walk your hands back underneath your head and then slowly walk them around to the top of the mat, pivoting your foot so your left foot is facing the top of the mat and you're in a low lunge. On an exhale, drop that back heel, sweep your arms up and over, coming into a nice warrior one, and then exhale to pivot and readjust into a warrior two. Reaching the front palm up and over, peeling it back for a peaceful warrior. Your right arm is supporting comfortably on your right leg, and then using your breath to slowly peel yourself back up to a strong warrior two. Sweep your both arms forward out in front of you as you pivot that back heel to come into a high crescent lunge, and then swing your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers and push them away from your body as you open the chest and invite in the energy. Exhale to release the hands, plant them down to frame the front foot, bend into the back right knee and step it up to the top of the mat, meeting in a forward fold, clasping your elbows and swinging side to side to release your lower back, and shake your head yes and no to make sure there's no tension in the neck. Release the hands back down to the mat, sweep the arms down to come up and overhead to a nice standing position, reach it for a back bend and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fingertips come to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the left foot back, coming through a runner's lunge before gently dropping that back knee, lifting the arms up and overhead and reaching slightly back, again opening the chest. And continuing the arms back down to the front of your mat, placing the left hand down, sweeping the right fingertips up for a soft spinal easy twist. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off if you want to further stretch into the hips. And exhale to bring that hand back down. Release the right leg back through plank. And then as you just swap the legs over, we're going to bring the left leg up to the top of the mat, placing it to frame in between the hands, lowering the back knee with control and sweeping the arms up and off, reaching for a back bend, lifting out of the hips. And exhale, plant the palms. The right hand stays planted as you peel the left fingertips up to the ceiling, reaching away, and then option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off. And last time with control, bring that hand back down. Step it back for your plank and lower through your chaturanga, sweeping up for an up dog. And then exhale, bring the hips back to the ceiling for downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep inhale in downward dog, ground into the right foot and kick the left leg high, the three-legged dog. And then bend the knee in the air, letting it hover and open up the hip. On your next exhale, continue the left knee forward all the way up into the chest and then step it up into the hands, sweeping the arms up and overhead by your ears, coming into a high crescent lunge. Engaging your core here, really grounding into your front bent knee. As you kick off the back leg, lower your upper body forward at the same time and extend the leg out behind you, coming into warrior 3. Just for a brief moment before continuing the left arm down to the mat and gently opening up the back hip and the arms, coming into a half moon pose. This is a challenging one for the balance, so take your time. Step out of it if you need to, checking back in with your low lunge and then kicking back up, swinging the leg behind you and then peeling the arm up with control. Really find a point of focus ahead of you. And then eventually lower back to that low lunge, sweep the arms up and overhead, coming into that high crescent lunge. And then exhale to sweep the arms down to the mat once again. We're going to come into it one last time. So placing the arms down, kicking the back leg off, really grounded into the left leg and the left hand, and with control peel the right arm up once again and twist the body to the side. Really nice. Step the right leg back, plant the palms, step the left leg back to meet it, coming into your plank, and then lowering through chaturanga, sweeping up for that up dog or baby cobra, lowering to the mat and pushing back to child's pose to take a moment. Regain, refocus with your breath. Balancing poses and exercises can be really frustrating, so leave out all judgment. And then in your next exhale, push up to all fours and just move gently through some cat-cows. As you inhale, sweep the gaze up, drop the belly, and exhale, tuck the chin, gaze towards your stomach, and repeat. Move through this one more time. Inhale, gazing up, opening your chest, and exhale, curve the spine, chin to the chest. Coming back through neutral spine, just take some circles with the body, forward and back. On your next inhale, take a deep in breath, come back to a neutral position, tuck the toes, push the hips back to the heels, and meet back in our downward dog. Grounding into the right leg as you swing the left leg high for a three-legged dog, and then bend into that knee, letting it hover in the air for a moment. Exhale to re-straighten that leg in the air, and then inhale to bend it, swing it up into the chest and step the foot up in between the hands. Inhale to engage the core, sweep the arms up and overhead, coming into that high lunge, and in your own time, really kick off that back leg and lower into your warrior 3 to begin to gain that balance and focus before continuing down to that half moon. So you're going to place your right hand down on the mat, gently and slowly. When you're ready, open the left hip and extend the left fingertips to the sky in your own time. If you have wobbles or fall out of it, that's absolutely okay. Replace your hands back down. Come back into that low runner's lunge for just a moment. Inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead. Find your focus and balance in your lunge before placing the hands back down, kicking the left leg off into the air, strongly planting that right hand down, and then once again peeling the left fingertips up to the ceiling, opening your chest out to the left. And place it down into that runner's lunge for the last time. Step it back and send the hips high to downward dog. Reaching high up onto your tippy toes, ripple your upper body forward and move through a chaturanga, coming all the way down to your mat. Place your hands underneath your forehead and just rest your head on your hands for a moment. Take this moment to calm down your breath, calm your thoughts, wherever your mind has wandered to. Come back into your present. Gently bringing your thoughts back to the present moment. If they've wandered, release your hands from underneath your forehead and place them down by your sides. Splay your palms towards the ceiling. And then just pulse up, lifting your chest off. You're going to pulse your hands up and up. Really engaging your back to keep yourself lifted. Pulsing for 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands back down, extend them out long, and release your forehead back down to the mat. On your next inhale, engage your glutes, kick your legs off behind you and swing your arms back down by your sides, palms facing the ceiling, and continue with those pulses. Really engaging everything in your posterior chain to pulsing up, and then exhale, release back down. Kick your right foot into your glute, and with that right leg, swing it back and catch the foot into your hand, lifting your knee off, and doing the same with your left leg. As you inhale, pushing up to boat pose, you're going to kick your feet into your hands while pushing away at the same time, creating that stability and suspense, which will allow you to lift, and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift and push away as much as you can, engage your back, and exhale, lower. On this last one, kick up as much as you can, really kicking the feet away and pulling your arms towards you, opening the heart, stretching into that back flexibility, and exhale to lower to the mat. Relax everything down, rock the hips side to side, plant the palms under the shoulders, and push yourself up and back to a child's pose. Last couple of deep breaths here in child's pose. And on your next exhale, slide out through the mouth and walk your hands back to your knees. Swing your legs around to the front and scooch down your mat, shaking out the legs, sitting up tall, leaning back on your hands, and then bending into the knees and just sending them side to side, creating a windshield wiper type movement. And then straighten into your legs, flex into the feet, bring your right knee all the way up into the inside of your left thigh, sweep the arms up and overhead through a tall spine, and then exhale over that left leg, clasp it onto the foot or onto the leg, whichever is most comfortable to reach, feeling a deep opening into the hips and a stretch into the left hamstring. Lift your upper body back up to a tall straight spine, extend the right leg in front of you and sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale to fold over both legs, really flexing into the feet and allowing the upper body to relax down, breathing into the stretch. Exhale to peel your body back up, bending into the left knee, bringing that left foot onto the inside of the right thigh, reaching the arms up to the ceiling and lifting out of the hips before folding over the right leg. inhale, walk your body back up to seated one last time. Extend the legs out long and give them a nice shake before bending back into the knees, scooching your glutes closer to the end of your mat, flexing into your right foot and then sending it to sit on top of your left thigh before rolling yourself flat to the mat, finding yourself in a figure 4 position. Exhale to extend the left leg. Inhale to bend it and clasp your hands on the outside of your left shin, pulling your leg closer to your body, feeling a deep stretch into the glutes. And from here, release. Extend your right leg long, bring your left knee into your chest, hug it in before peeling it over to the right side, sending your gaze up and over your left, exhaling and feeling a nice spinal twist. As you peel the left knee back into the chest, bend into your right knee, flex the left foot and sit it on top of your right thigh. Coming back into that figure 4 position, clasp your hands on the outside of the shin. Make sure your back is fully flat to the mat. Inhale to extend the right leg long and exhale, flex the foot and clasp the hands. One more time, really bringing that knee in as close to your body as possible. Inhale to release the hands from the shins. Extend the left leg long. Bring the right knee really into the chest before sending it over the left side body. Extending your right arm out and sending your gaze over your right shoulder. On your next out breath, bring that knee back into the chest and bring both knees up, hugging them in and taking circles, massaging out your lower back. Sighing it out through the mouth. Inhaling to extend your legs to tabletop position, reaching your hands up by the sides of your head. Exhale, tap your toes to the mat, bring them back up, and inhale, crunch up, bringing your head to your knees. Exhale to tap your toes. Inhale, crunch up. Exhale to tap and lift. Inhale to crunch up. Continue this 2 more times. Inhale to crunch up. Exhale to tap. And on this last one, as you crunch up, lift your shoulders, extend your arms out in front of you, and then finish with pulses. Pulsing up and up. Finishing off our practice with an ab burner just to get everything awoken, have the body really nice and warm. Pulsing for 2 and 1, holding your shoulders off, hugging your knees into your forehead, and then extending legs out in front of you, extend the arms back, holding in a hover, and then gently release your legs down to the mat, send your arms by your side, and slightly rock your hips side to side, releasing everything, releasing any tension that might be built up. Finding a moment in Shavasana, placing one hand on your lower stomach and one hand on your chest above your heart. Making sure the back is flat to the mat and everything starts to slowly relax as you take the last 2 minutes of class for yourself. Taking this time to thank your body for showing up, whether you did this class as a warm-up, as a cool down, or just a general daily workout. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat. And then bring your thoughts back to the room. On an inhale, gently releasing your hands down by your side, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Kicking one knee and then the other up into the chest, rocking side to side, waking back up the lower back. And then rocking the length of your spine, finally up to the mat. Coming through a cross-legged position, meeting back in the all fours, walking yourselves back to your heels. And then gently rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae to a standing position. Once you've got to your standing position, check in with your posture. Don't rush. Wiggle out everything. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Join your hands together in prayer and send them to sit in front of the heart center, where we'll close this practice. I hope this class has left you feeling more energized. We'll finish saying Namaste. And if you enjoyed this class, feel free to leave any feedback and subscribe if you wish to attend weekly classes. Thank you.